Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, March 1, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call tonight around 9 p.m. Eastern. Interesting stuff coming on there. In a cinema show, we've all been one of those, you can see pictures only in very dim light or darkness. When all the lights are switched on, the pictures all disappear. So also it is when in the floodlight of the Supreme Self, all objects and desires disappear from Rishi. In this lifetime, for all of us, is to discover that special something that completely liberates us no matter what is going on in our minds. I want you to realize this special something is always within you, and that it can instantly transport you beyond all the pain, agony, and suffering that is being created by your mind. It's the one special thing that you can always rely on, no matter what. That will always bring you freedom, a feeling of bliss and deep satisfaction inside. If you are ready to know the great secret to always remaining satisfied with your life, take one large step back from your list of desires. Take one small step into your heart right now. Well, how do you step into your heart? Imagine that it is happening, however you visualize it is the right way that will work for you. You could simply place your focus and attention on your physical beating heart right now, feeling a deep gratitude for its service to your life, and practice growing stronger in this thankful feeling all day long. You could also breathe into your heart, imagining it is opening up like a flower spreading its petals to the warm, shining sun. The key to this heart-centering exercise is simply awareness. Be aware of when you're lost in the mind and its list of desires. Whenever you catch yourself getting sucked into the head, gently, without guilt, bring your energy back into the heart. One very important discovery on this path to enlightenment is not to try stopping the desires from forming in your mind, as this would be counterproductive to life. Your desires are already there, have been naturally changing and growing with you since you were a baby. They have a life of their own. And until they are satisfied or liberated, they will remain there, pulling at you. So I simply invite you to take a step back from your mind and notice your relationship with your desires, your wants. Watch it very closely, intimately, and notice what honestly is your mind really, truly desiring. Ask yourself, what do you want more than anything in this life? And that question has been posed many times. But it's really something to focus on for all of us. What do we really want more than anything in this life? If we were given one wish, that's it, one, that would be guaranteed 1,000% to come true tonight, what would it be? Interesting question, isn't it? You know, it's that exact, and it's 1,000% guaranteed of taking place tonight. Now you look at everything and you can only pick one thing. Now, the answer you find will reveal what is the real purpose of your life and a root reason why you are here, why we are all here. What is the greatest experience you are after in your life? Is it possible that we can create a feeling that we're arriving there right now? Be open. It just might be something you can give yourself instantly. Instead of running for years after that carrot on the stick, be aware who is in charge of the relationship you have with your mind. Notice what answers you come up with and don't form any judgment whatsoever. You ever ask yourself, who is in charge of the relationship that you have with your mind? Is it you or is it the mind? Now, this is an invitation for all of us to find freedom from the desiring mind. It is very life-challenging and a radical task. It is perhaps the most radical and challenging experiment we will ever take on in our entire lives. Yet, try it out for the next 24 hours. See if you can step back 1 inch from this desiring mind. Call off your horizontal search for happiness and start resting and relaxing into this peaceful, fulfilled, desireless, vertical reality. This means fully being present in the moment, to the moment, watching each of your desires rise and fall away. Just for 1 day, stop the addiction to desire, to the things of this physical world, and rest in your vast spiritual essence. Be free from the mind and be present to that energy. Consciousness and soul of which you truly are. A real good quote from Ramana Maharshi. It's real simple. Outwardness of the mind is suffering. Inwardness is happiness. See, we all know that we're conditioned, programmed to do what? To be outwards of the mind. Out there. How many times have you heard that just in this lifetime, it's out there? You got to go out there. Go out there, you'll find it. Do we? Not really. Do we experience? Heck yes. It's so ironic and healing at the same time. Yet when we release our attachment to fulfilling our wants, our desires, somehow in some way, they magically manifest for us. When we relax our tight, clenched fist on what we really want, we become a receptive, open hand for our desires to fall into. Whatever we want in this life literally wants us. We spend a lot of time and we don't know it. We're not aware of it. We spend a whole heck of a lot of time and energy blocking the very abundance is our natural state of being. And we fight it every inch of the way. And we don't even know it. Talk about frustrating. And it's about relax. Relax, relax, relax. The moment you relax into your true spiritual nature, step away from the spinning wheels in your head, you instantly start being the super powerful, manifesting magnet you truly are. Isn't it? It's ironic and crazy at the same time, isn't it? We're such powerful beings in these bodies, yet we doubt, right? We question the fact that how can that be? If that was the case, I would be where I wanted to be. All these things the ego mind throws in there. Question, doubt, fear. And we have all these universal laws. Can't escape from the gravity of universal laws. And the number one law here, it's the number one, it is the primer for all the rest. Is it whatever you're focusing on, whatever it is, at whatever time. Whatever you put your attention on is what you're going to create. You're going to bring into your reality. Now, by allowing your mind to remain addicted and attached to longing for desires, you're simply thinking about what you don't have. Aren't you? Aren't we? When we allow our minds to remain addicted and attached to longing for desires, we are simply thinking about what we don't have. And then we manifest more lack and not having. That is why when you look out there, when you're watching things, not judging them, but watching, you begin to understand. Your awareness becomes sharper. That's why the civilization is at where it's at. When we relax and focus on our spiritual nature, that which permanently satisfies our soul, we then become a magnet and start manifesting what we really want instantly. And it isn't difficult. You simply rest in the simple, soft, loving essence of your being. You open 10,000 doors that will all take you home. Now, most likely we were taught to believe in the myth, right? The myth that in order to be someone amazing, you have to do something equally amazing. Truth is that we don't have to do anything to tap into feeling our divine nature and infinite spiritual essence. You don't have to do anything. By intimately knowing this is our natural state every day, the old, incessant desiring habit will drop on its own accord. So it's like, so just stop over-identifying with the desires in your mind. Redirect your attention to the heart, into that which is desireless. And you'll naturally discover the divine, all-powerful, manifesting intelligence already exists in this very now moment within you as you. This is part of the meditation. When you finally relax every part of your being, you will naturally discover the enlightened being who you truly are. You will realize you are already tapped into an infinite creative source of love, joy, and energy. You are already that special something which you've been longing to become your entire life. You can call off the search right now. You are what you've been looking for your whole life, maybe several lifetimes. You are the perfect shining light, which not only makes the existence of God's kingdom possible, but also allows it to be seen as some wonderful heaven for Maharishi. You are the heaven. There's something for all of us extremely magical happening right now, in this very moment of our life. Now, we may not be aware of it or care to take notice, yet it is here, and it continues to go on being magical all the time. It happens so frequently that it can seem normal, obvious, and typical, which is why we might tend to overlook it every day. Yet truly, this magical thing is more amazing than the mind can fully believe or comprehend. This miraculous thing I'm talking about is your life. And it is happening inside of you, through you, to you, for you, right now. There is a perpetual creation of the experience of you occurring just for you to enjoy you. There's not much you can do about it. Best thing to do is to just let go and completely surrender yourself to the experience. We have trillions of cells in these bodies. We're kind of like a universe. We've got different planetary systems throughout our bodies. On a physical level, there are literally millions of miniature life-giving processes happening inside our body right now. Think about it. There are energies that are keeping our heart beating, our lungs breathing, our hair growing, our teeth from decaying, and allowing our heart to relax and sleep tonight. Our diaphragm is pulling in a continual flow of oxygenating energy into our lungs, while our body is pumping blood to trillions of cells, lovingly transporting the great river of life-giving energy to every cell throughout our body. In this moment, as you are sitting wherever you're at right now, listening to this and understanding this sentence, billions of brain cells are being engaged in understanding these concepts. It is only in this now moment that we can find this miraculous experience called life and discover where it is coming from. How many of us, just kind of, throughout the course of the day, will stop to appreciate all of the wonderful things that are occurring in our life? This is a highly sensitive, extrasensory perception, and it begins opening within us. And we begin feeling and sensing the divinity that is behind every breath and every heartbeat. This loving sensitivity increases to the point where we can feel the vibrant matrix of intelligence that is weaving itself through all thoughts and things. It's amazing what a little appreciation for life can open up in us. When we start to be grateful for all the little things that we usually take for granted, we can begin to see, smell, taste, and hear the deeper meaning of our existence. It does become possible to actually know on a spiritual level why we are here and what is the true meaning of our life. We see that everything that is happening around us is actually a miracle, because we realize that you also are a miracle. Maybe, or perhaps, one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is the experience of conscious awareness. Conscious awareness. We can watch the mind think, perceive, and make up all sorts of explanations about ourselves and our life. We can see that when we make the slightest, most subtle shift in our perception of reality, our entire attitude and exploration of life changes. Our body responds differently to stimuli that it once believed was threatening. And we find an entirely new reason for being alive. The mind is the greatest inventor of what? Lies. It never actually sees the truth in all its perfection. It can only see fragments of the truth. Catch a glimpse of it here and there. Try to capture it with some fixed yet random creative expression. It is always making up stories about other people, the world, ourselves, the way that life is. It makes these enormous, glorious assumptions to courageously capture the truth and fit it into a beautiful box that others can appreciate and praise. Yet, truth is too big for the mind to contain. The truth is everything in the universe, and this universe that is here now. The mind can only hold on to two things. Only two things: the past and the future. The mind cannot just be here now in the present. The moment the mind completely surrenders into the burning fire of the now, all grasping disappears, and all of your suffering created by the mind is gone. We emphasize this. It is a key. It is the primer for our spiritual evolution. And if we wish to experience the truly miraculous beings that we are and get a real taste of this amazing life that is ours to enjoy, we must choose to drop the mind. It's a choice for every one of us. Only you can decide. But you must give it up completely and let go of all clinging to its righteous beliefs and ways of thinking. That is the only way to be truly alive. Otherwise, we're just living in tomorrow or yesterday, missing out on this wondrous moment of life. The true you can only be found here, in this now moment. One day, this body and mind will be gone, which is why this experience of your life is so very, very, very precious. So precious. Take the time today to truly enjoy you being here right now and totally alive. How often do any of us appreciate the opportunity that we have just to experience what it is like to be alive? This appreciation is our ticket to freedom. It is the main vehicle for liberating ourselves from the mind and its many prisons. To see, feel, and smell the divinity within all things, we must drop all attachment to the mind and its entanglements. Just choose to merge with it. Find peace with the mind within us. Just imagine that you are the sun, and the mind is a small, hard comet heading towards you, about to get burned up in the sun's sacred fire. So my invitation for you right now is enormous. Stop trying to get anywhere. Just drop the mind. See how much you can really enjoy this day that you are still alive. In this very moment, you are still here. Who knows about the next moment? Remember this. Choose to do everything you can to be radically alive. And my request here is not that you try and push yourself further into your known list of sensory pleasures, mental distractions, or physical addictions. I'm challenging you to go deeper into your aliveness, your spiritual nature. Find a deeper, more authentic joy inside of you, one that contains a deep healing relaxation within it. I want you to find the peace that is within your soul. You must want that. It is here now and will help you transcend every hidden anxiety and self-sabotaging behavior you have had. You can become so alive, so vibrating with this life, that you suddenly realize that you cannot hold on to all your worries and fears, that they are no longer your priority. Imagine how would it feel to be so relaxed and excited about your life, living in this magical body-mind vehicle you are in, that you forget all insecurity and fear. What if the main reason of your life was to do this? Finding absolute, unending joy was as simple as being fully here now, welcoming this sacred moment, and whatever the experience is giving you. What if the goal of your life was to cherish yourself in each precious moment, as if this was the first or last moment of your life? How would you live this day differently if this was your truth? You can look at life like a game of darts where the bullseye target is being fully here in this now moment. This is where the divinity, our divine essence, is found. It is the only place and space. It is discovered. So why be anywhere else? It is just the habit of the mind to be somewhere other than here now. When we take our eye off the target for an instant, just an instant, we miss the goal of our life completely. When we are relaxed, open, present, and fully surrendered to what is here now, we can trust life, enjoy being held by life, and hit the target each time. And the one thing that will always bring you into the now, always bring you into the now, is your body and your breath. Practice listening to your body intimately. Feel into how it is breathing into you this week. Really listen. What is it telling you? Remember that the body does not lie. And it's going to clue you in on an entire collaboration of vital information that you really need to know. Listen super closely, as if it were whispering to you from a place very, very, very far away. Notice what is the one message it has for you right now. It is pointing you inside, deeper inside, to the point of absolute relaxation, totally dissolving all tension, where you can find real inner peace. It is through your body that you will find the real you, who is forever intimately connected with this universe. When you practice listening to your body, letting go of the chit-chat in your mind, you start to hear these subtle messages from this universe that guide you through the daily matrix of this life. The universe will show you how to get through this life, how to navigate your way into finding heaven on earth. This is your purpose for being here, to really find heaven is here, in this now moment. When you deeply relax into yourself, into your life exactly as it is, you can discover the greatest miracle of all. You can trust that you are on the right path in every moment of your existence. You just see, feel, and deeply accept that you cannot get off the path, no matter what you do. You know why that is? Why it's true? Because you are the path. We all are the path. The path is before us, beneath us, right where we are. Walking on the path, we see everyone as perfect just in the way they are. We begin noticing that everyone fits into the grand perfection, with all their many imperfections, and realize the great miracle of them all is always here. Here, the most magical source of living is discovered, the real intimacy with life, the meeting of the divine with the mundane in every extraordinary and every ordinary experience. Liberation is not very far away. It is just hidden behind you. Once you're authentic, the door opens. We can be such liars, pretenders, hypocrites, so deeply false. And that's why we feel liberation is very, very far away. It is not. For an authentic being, liberation is just natural as anything. Oh, that's very true. We all wear masks. Some of us wear so many masks, it's why we don't remember, we don't even know who and what we are, because we've worn so many masks. How many of us are devoted to ourselves? Now, people that are asleep, so to speak, would think that was an arrogant statement, right? What is the greatest devotion that you have in your life? The devotion to the God that I am within this body. Not anybody else. The devotion to the God that I am within this body. I believe we would all admit that one of the most beautiful experiences in this life is the feeling of devotion. When we are truly devoted, we've released the selfish agenda of our ego and are surrendered to something much greater than ourselves. We've given up every imperative need to get something back in return for our practice of giving, and are simply enjoying the sensation of being liberated from our perpetual list of demands and needs. We could say that the greatest lovers in the world are those who can relax into the deepest feeling of devotion within their heart, which is attuned to a love that transcends all conditions, all agendas, and all limitations. The energy of devotion can take on many forms. We can be devoted to a lifestyle, right? Person, a way of being, a project, or even achieving a desired goal. The difference between being devoted and committed to something is within the quality of the experience. This is when you discover that commitment is more of a mental excursion, while devotion is a journey through the heart. Through devotion, there is this curious or continual undercurrent of love, which flows through every thought, feeling, and word uttered. The love it radiates holds this juicy, heart-opening quality, connecting our mind to our soul, allowing us to taste the sweet, luscious flavor of our own divine existence. And when we choose to practice being in the energy of devotion, we are feeding the heart with a joy that has no end to it. And this ultimately brings real satisfaction into our lives, filling that great longing and yearning we each have for the everlasting joy we feel is missing inside. And real devotion is one of the greatest discoveries to finding our spiritual freedom in this lifetime, or any lifetime for that matter. The feeling of it alleviates our suffering instantly, as it allows every action to feel sacred and aligned with our life purpose. It is the most essential nutrient necessary to create a truly exquisite life that is deeply fulfilling on all levels. One of the greatest challenges with choosing a life of devotion is that we may fear losing ourselves in the beliefs, heart, mind, or life of our beloved. We might fall into some codependent relationship, feeling an addiction to them, where we may become obsessed by a need for their approval or of our every action, belief, and life decision. This is a very unhealthy state. Our beloved becomes like the sun, and we become the earth revolving around them. When we remember that we are the sun, and our beloved is just another sun, spirit, we've met along the way, we can feel that they are actually revolving around our life as well. From this perspective, we experience what a healthy, devoted relationship is like. And these two bodies gravitationally spin around each other in a natural, respectful, meaningful, and magnetic way. In a healthy state of devotion, we are seeing the bigger picture. Our feet are rooted in the ground beneath us, and our branches are extended up, out into the stars. We are not clinging to anyone or anything ever. We are relaxed in our own essence, feeling alive, conscious, and appreciating each moment of existence. This is a great reverence each day that we have to be in relationship with our beloved. You could be your beloved. We know it all can end at any moment, and thus never take it for granted. There is a solid feeling of connection to the love shared without depending on it to find the love within ourselves. In this healthy state of devotion, we feel connected with everyone and everything in our world. Love is one of the most dangerous explorations in this life because it is the most rewarding. In order to experience real love, we must completely lose ourselves to it. And a lot of people are really frightened about that. We must choose to become so devoted to the real feeling of love, the essence of love, that is free from attachment, fear, and possession. We must choose to walk that very fine line between losing ourselves in a healthy or unhealthy way in a devoted relationship. We must choose to take the risk to see ourselves as the beloved sees us, and know that it is our own innocent hearts we are longing to connect with when the day finally comes to an end. It is you, not anybody outside you. It's you. As long as your relationship with yourself remains the main priority, you will remain in a healthy state of devotion. You will be aligned to your soul's purpose and thus be able to show up with the greatest love to give. Makes sense, doesn't it? See, when we live in fear, and many do, of losing ourselves to our beloved, there is this clinging to our egos. And we end up resisting love, fearing its power, and then not allowing our ego to surrender fully into it. And as long as the ego remains in control, love will be kept on the sideline. When we can realize that our heart is the main source of love, the infinite source of love itself, we can share this love endlessly and stop withholding it from others in our lives. It's all connected on our great spiritual journey. As we walk on the path of devotion, you might just discover how the ego is an absolute genius at missing the truth. It cannot imagine that there is a bigger love to experience on the inside than what it thinks is on the outside. It is only through exploring total devotion to your soul, your spirit, and infinite self that the sacred meeting of deep eternal love is discovered between you and your beloved. This is the one vital truth we realize that will let a continual stream of joy flow through your life. When we completely surrender to this infinite source that connects our heart with our soul, we will always rise and fall in love with our beloved. Then we can relax fully into the devotional experience. We are free from the fear of codependency and are no longer worried about becoming lost in the mind and the life of your beloved. You become so rooted in the exploration of deep eternal love within yourself that you can allow yourself to take risks, love deeper, be foolish in how much you do love, and continuously fall further into love with your beloved over and over and over again. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out.
Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy, slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. Drink in all the sensual pleasures of this moment. Wave those thoughts goodbye. You can easily breathe in the sweet aroma of your life. Now, melt into the soft, warm sand and completely let go. Relax. Rest. Your whole being is perpetually bathing in tropical sunshine of this deep, eternal, loving moment. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and following morning. You will return here Saturday, March 2nd, 2024, 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. And tonight, Friday, March 1st, around 9 p.m. to continue our reverse aging health call. Gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you.